Today we're going to be interviewing a Dogecoin kid, Lisa from Up Worldwide. And today we have the beautiful Miss from Crypto here tonight with us. Today we have Ken Bozak.
Foundation, Rarible, OpenSea, and charged particles.
Speaking from a Gen Z's perspective.
So why do these people buy this
collection? I work with an artist out of...
Wait till you see my other outfits.
And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. It's your boy Token Gamer, back for another yummy NFTs. This time it's the weekend edition. We're here at you on a Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Gonna have an awesome artist, joaquimmutim, in the space. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Got some of his art around the room. You guys can come and join us in Altspace VR. Come check it out. Come listen to Joaquim and get a feel for how he got into this space. Welcome, Joaquim.
Thank you. I am grateful to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into NFTs, buddy.
Yeah. I am an artist for 20 years, but mostly like a hobby. And a year ago, I discovered NFTs, like looking at some artists in Instagram. And I see they doing NFTs, and I began researching. And then 2 months later, I began minting my own NFTs. Yeah, like in the end of December.
Nice. Welcome to the space, man. You got some pretty interesting NFTs. I love the trippy vibe that you got going on. Can you tell us, what inspires you to make some of these art pieces?
Yeah. I like to say that my inspiration is like from my inner journeys of meditation, but also I was part of the psychedelic movement, like in psytrance. I was doing psytrance for a long time, so that psychedelic aesthetic is part of who I am. So yeah.
Nice. You definitely can get a taste of that psychedelic journey through just, being immersed in your art and some of these gifts. Can you tell us a bit about that psychedelic journey? What does it mean to be psychedelic to you, and how do you portray that into your NFTs?
Yeah. Well, I think that it's kind of a spiritual journey where you begin to look at things that's not in the usual world. You look at inside of you, and there is too much colors in there. So I try to bring that colors to my art. Yeah.
And there's a lot of beautiful colors there, so many, just the right amount of mixture of colors in your art. Gotta love it. Is there any piece that you feel more connected to?
No, not really. I love what I make in the last piece is always something I'm mostly proud of. But yeah, I like all of it. I feel like my art is like a son or a daughter. So I am really attached to it. So when I was doing physical pieces like canvas, I never sold them because I was too attached. It was like selling a child,
And I know you're in a different time zone than me, so I'm sure you're not in the United States. What's the NFT community like where you're from?
Yeah, in my city, I just found one person that's doing NFTs because I did a a big research to find him. So there is not much people in my city, even if it's a big city where I live. But in Brazil, in my country, there is a lot of people. The community is really nice, and yeah, I love all the people.
Yeah, man, Brazil's definitely on the come up. I've met some other NFT artists that are from Brazil as well. Check out my guy JRG. He's big on the Wax community. He makes NFTs on the Wax blockchain. I see here that a lot of your NFTs are on like OpenSea, Rareable, Super Rare. What gravitates you towards the Ethereum blockchain as opposed to, have you looked into or thought about checking out other blockchains?
Yeah. When I began, it was mostly Ethereum. I didn't know other blockchains, and I am not that explorer, let's say like that, and I am kind of attached to what I do. So how I began in Ethereum, I keep doing that in Ethereum. But some time ago, I started minting in Tezos too. I like Tezos, but yeah, I'm not too. I don't like to make in a lot of place because I don't do a lot of pieces actually. I my process is kind of slow, so I tend to focus in just some place.
Makes sense. I see that you take a lot of time into building these. It doesn't look like something that's just copy and paste. So I definitely can understand needing to focus on the art more than the selling of the art, which creates a slowdown. But putting that all of that quality into a platform like Ethereum, where there's a lot of big investors and a lot of potential to sell it for a lot of money, definitely makes sense to utilize Ethereum. I love that you've played around with Tezos. Definitely commend you for that, and recommend continuing to aspire into other platforms. There's more than just one blockchain, and I definitely am a proponent for all of the blockchains. Lisa just jumped in the room, and she is creator for the group that I found you in, the group that we're both in with Aganomaly, an art exhibit that we'll be putting on here in Alt Space that everybody can be able to jump in and see all of the different art that's been created by a bunch of the different artists that we've had over the last couple of weeks in Yummy NFTs, as well as Joaquim. And there's just going to be so many great anomalies that are about peace and connected to the art gallery auction house. So definitely check out the Art Gallery Auction House Aganomaly event, that exhibit that we're working on. And Elisa could tell you more about that. I want to know more about your journey into that group. How did you find Elisa and Aganomaly and get into the anomaly space?
Yeah, the AGA group is my main place in this ecosystem. I love the people there. It's a community really united, and I meet Elisa there. So she invited me to Aganomaly, and yeah, I love this. I love to be part of this.
Glad to have you, buddy. Gonna have a great event. We'll have more information as to when that event and that exhibit will be. Right now, we're working on a recap for an exhibit we did last year for Art Basel. We'll be doing that at the end of this month, January 30th. So definitely should come check that out as well and get to see some of the art that we showcased last year and auctioned, and maybe we can auction some more this year. Definitely love that the Art Gallery Auction House is also a part of, is interested in, recapping this and bringing the community back together again 1 year later. So Definitely think it's a great segue before the Aganomaly event, and really excited to be able to see you all there. And if you're watching this, come join us in Altspace. Come check it out. Can you tell us a little bit of like, what your recommendations are, or like what would be your word of advice to someone that's brand new into this space and just finding this community?
Yeah. Well, I think that it's important to begin, like begin trying, begin minting your pieces. Don't uh, be blocked by the research, you know? Like I was kind of researching for like 2 months before entering, before meeting my piece, my first piece. And I think it's not really good. It's good to research. It's good to know what you're doing, but the better way to learn is to start doing. You start minting. That way you will learn a lot more, and it will connect a lot more with the community too. When you are minting, you are promoting your art. It's easier to connect with the community.
Right on, man. Yeah, just doing it, just getting it done and creating that NFT and sharing it with the community is definitely the right way to go rather than sitting back and watching. I sat back and watched for years before jumping in this space, and it's definitely, better to learn and absorb the information while you're doing it as opposed to before you're doing it. You can waste a lot of time researching, as you said, before jumping right in. So definitely, if you're brand new to this space, just jump right in, give it a try, put it out there. Nothing can go wrong. It could just go up from there. I want to talk. I mean, we touched on, how you got into NFTs, the community as a whole, how you got into this community, the Aganomaly community, and now I want to know, like, what's your community look like, and where do you see your community going next?
Yeah, I have a lot of plans, and I became kind of lost in so many plans. I have some difficulty to make some choices because there's so much choice to do. So I don't know. I think that the community part aspect of this is the main thing, really. The networking. I think that the reciprocity too. When you have friends in this space, you should support them. You should buy their art, not just selling. You're not just trying to people help you, but always looking how you can help people, how you can support them, be with them, and also the mental health aspect. It's so much important for me too, because I feel that being an artist, it's too hard on the mental health aspect. So the community site is perfect to uh, bring that, help each other, be there for people. I think it's the most important, not just selling or promoting art, but being a group, support group. I think it's the most important.
I agree with that. Mentally, especially during these tough times, a lot of people still isolated around the world, or quarantined. A lot of people still getting sick. It's great to be able to seclude yourself to stay protected and safe, but also be able to jump into a virtual community and connect with others, whether it's just on social media or in virtual reality, Clubhouse, the Twitter Spaces. This crypto community is filled with like-minded individuals all trying to help each other and entrepreneurial ventures. It's fascinating to see this space grow. I love seeing the amount of people that have flocked to this space. You said you got in late last year. I've been in this space and paying attention to NFTs since about 2017. I remember going to events where there was a handful of people in the room talking about NFTs to now we have full conferences dedicated to NFTs with thousands of people participating. It's going to be fascinating to see where this space is going to be in the coming years. What do you think? What's your predictions? Where do you see NFTs in the next year and 5 years?
Yeah, it's a good question. I see a lot of cycles, different cycles. When I joined it was mostly crypto art, and then after March, I think the art side of the NFTs kind of slowed down, and the collectibles began to grow. So I think that speaks to the community importance of the NFTs, because when you are just an artist doing some pieces, it's hard to create a community. And the collectibles, like the big collectibles, 10,000 pieces, they create a nice community. And I think that is where we are going in terms of community. And in terms of technology, I think that the gaming side of things will grow a lot too this year. I think that gaming will take over, but I'm mostly interested in the intersections, like the intersection of art and collectibles, games, and art. I think that this is where we are going. But after that, I think that NFTs technology will take over the world. You know,
I'm so with you on that, brother.
Yeah. Like everything you buy, mostly everything will be an NFT at some point. The tickets, the cinema tickets, the
did you see that Disney did that with Spider-Man? You're able to buy NFT tickets and had collectibles that went along with your tickets for the Spider-Man movie. And there's more and more groups that are making NFT tickets, and yeah, man, that's a big scene that's happening. You're right, collectibles were a big wave. Think of like Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or it had its own cycle in the beginning. I think NFT is kind of like the umbrella for all of the cycles, and then there's the specific niches within the umbrella of NFTs that go through many different cycles on their own. So I feel like the collectibles has different cycles. Once there's a big name in the collectible space that gets out there, you might see a lot of news about it, and then that cycle may die. But the collections as a whole will continue to grow, and then the one of ones, I like to call it the celebrity NFTs. That was a big thing around March to like June. Then after June, we got more into like, I would even say like DeFi and NFTs really started to blend together around the same time we had DeFi summer. And now there's a big collection of music. I see a lot of musician art, NFT artists popping up left and right. I feel like one of the next big waves are either going to be DAOs or poets. I've been seeing some NFT poetry groups. Daniil, who spoke in Yummy NFTs a couple of weeks ago, he adds poetry to his art. You know, there's
Yeah.
unlockable content that you can get with your art. You ever thought about adding more content other than just the art?
Yeah. There are some of my NFTs that include music too. Most of them is animated, and yeah, I am very into metaverse too. I was like in 14 years ago, I was using Second Life, you know, was in Second Life. I did some offices for companies there, and I believe in metaverse a lot since the Second Lifetime. And now I think it's the time actually because of the technology in NFTs. So I am one of my biggest plans now is to create for the metaverse again, and with a project of creating 3D houses as NFTs, and with art and with sculpture, a lot of that into the houses. So yeah, I think the metaverse is also one of the biggest cycles we are just beginning.
Absolutely. Like you said, gaming is that next step. You know, there's Decentraland, Sandbox. There's so many different groups that are popping up left and right now, making ways for you to be able to buy parcels of land, build like a house, like you said, maybe turn it into a gallery where people can look at the art. You know, either charge people for hanging their own up art on the walls or NFT tickets to get to come in and look at the art. Or there's so many different ways that you can monopolize or you know, creates content in this space. And I definitely think the metaverse is going to be one that everybody will intertwine with the metaverse as well in some way, shape, or form. You know, Facebook has really made that apparent as more and more companies are flocking to this space. I see overstock.com now. You know, Pepsi and Coca-Cola are getting into the NFT space, and the metaverse. I think I saw Taco Bell in the metaverse now. I think we saw Domino's. It was Domino's, not Taco Bell. Domino's that has like a place that you can go to in the metaverse, order Domino's, and have it delivered to your house, right? Like the space is just going to keep evolving and intertwining with the real world and the virtual world in so many different ways. So, you know, definitely want to keep an eye to it, you know, build with it. You're talking about an NFT, you know, making a house in the metaverse, but, you know, with the mesmerizing art that you have, you know, as psychedelic as it is, it would be cool to have kind of like a psychedelic planet, if you will, inverted like a 360, where we could all be standing in it and looking at all of the animations around us in an immersive state, connecting and communicating with one another, and being able to sell that, you know, world, if you will, as NFT. So you got more people loading in here kind of towards the end of the conversation. Love that you guys joined us. Let me let you guys know. Welcome to Yummy NFTs. We're up here right now with joaquimmutim, NFT artist. You're looking at some of his NFTs along the walls. Join us every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time and Sundays now at 3 p.m. Eastern Time as we get together with other NFT artists and talk more about this space. I want to thank you so much, Joaquim, for joining me up here and sharing with us your insight on this space and how you got into this space. Is there anything you'd be able to share with the community, maybe how they can get in contact with you? Any last words?
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me here. Well, I think that to find me, you just search for joaquimmutim in all the social media. And yeah, I think that I love this space. I think we are just beginning. It's funny when we say that because because we are always saying we are early, but I think we don't get it. How early we are. We are like 1 million people in the entire world doing that, and soon will be billions of people doing that. So it's really incredible to be here. I am very grateful, and yeah, I love you. I love you all.
Thank you so much, Akeem. We love you too, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, man. I love what you said there. Or like we're at the first 1 million people getting into the NFT and crypto, metaverse space. What's going to happen when we hit a billion? I love to relate it a lot to the internet. When the internet started in 1993, how long did it take for a million people to get on the internet? My guess would probably be like 1997. And then how long did it take for a billion people to get on the internet? You're talking about like 2010, right? And then now we're at about 3 billion people have access to it, faster and easier for people to gravitate towards what's on the internet, like NFTs and the crypto space. And, we're moving a lot faster than expected in this space. It's amazing to see where we are now with NFTs really just being about 6 years old. This whole space as a whole has just turned 13 last week. Happy birthday, Bitcoin. So, where do you think we are on the timeline in comparison to the internet? Do you think we're still closer to like 1997, or do you think we're a lot closer to 2010?
Yeah, I think we are here really early, because I am sure it will be billions of people using that for sure.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing us your insight, guys. This is Yummy NFTs. I'm your boy Token Gamer. Check out joaquimmutim on Twitter, and I will hope to see you guys next week at or Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Pretty much every day at 8:30 in alt space. Come join us. We always got an event going on. Always crypto related, bringing this community together. Love to see you all. Have a great day. Peace.
Thank you.